Oh, we're live again. Sorry. I was taking a little break.
Wow.
Like usual. Oof. I unfortunately did take a break though, but we're back, and I'm not leaving for a good while because before Blue Bat left, yes, you Blue Bat. Before you left, I was looking at some of my fans' videos, or just like people who commented videos, and then I had to take a break. Yeah. Dang, bro. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I gotta stop singing during my streams, bro. I genuinely sound dumb, bro. Like, come on, there's people watching. You can't just be... So, bro. I'm trying to, like, do the... Here we go. Man, why does it just, like, stop? Wee. If I can do the glitch out, it should be really nice. And why I have the same title is too much paperwork to change it. So I automatically have that title saved for my record thing, so I just select it and then boom. Yeah, I have that title. I think they patched it. I mean, I don't really think they patch glitches because I was just doing it before. Yep, there we go. And here we go back. It's almost like I never left. Wait, reference? I did not mean to do that reference, but okay. You guys probably don't understand what I'm referencing, but if you do, you know. It's just from the song. But, yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Whew. Oh, this is cinematic. Oh, dang it. Oh, that was gonna be cinematic. Oh, man. I think I should be Mecha Man. Alright, who's betting money that Blue Bat's already in the comment section? As soon as I look, he's just gonna sit. He's gonna have something said. Blue Bat is so awesome. Dying back. I love it. I love it. Yep, we already know, baby. Yep, we already know. Oh no. So yeah, he liked, but I don't think he. Yeah, I don't think he joined yet, but when he does, I guess so be cool. And yep, the king of my YouTube is officially here. Okay. Oh, dude. Oh, I just I'm stuttering. Holy. Yeah, just seriously though, let me know if you can join. And any information you need, I got you. It's okay if you can't. Like, I'm streaming every day. I have no other thing. I mean, I do go out a lot, like, on bikes and stuff, but I don't think today is that day. A lot of my friends are not active in the universe. So yeah. Oof. I just have a few questions for you guys. For question number 1, what is your favorite ride at any theme park? You can tell why I'm asking this. It is because I'm currently on a Ferris wheel. Oh my! Oh no! Yes! Yes! No! Yes! No! Okay, if I can get in, everybody has to like and subscribe. I'm kidding. I think Blue Bat's the only one here. Oh, damn. Okay, damn. That's crazy. Blue Bat, that's crazy. You don't have to do all that, bro. You can go hang out with your friends. Obviously, bro. I'm just live because I really don't want to leave you guys without any content, and I don't really have any other content ideas. You can go hang out with your friends, bro. Yeah. Hiding in the bathroom was diabolical, though. That's funny as hell. Hiding in the— I've never had a fan say in my comment section, saying, "I'm sorry, bro, live stream, I'm hiding in the bathroom from my friends." That is the funniest thing I've heard so far from my subs. Alright. Yeah, the reason I did end up ending live, I did get overheated and I needed a break. So, I have my AC on now, and we're good. Do I really know why I didn't have it on in the first place? No. Do I care? Kind of. But yeah, that's why I ended. So, yeah. Do not fall in the water, please. Spooderman. Spooderman, no. Spooderman. For copyright reasons, guess they called him Web Runner. No clue why, because his webs don't run. It doesn't really make sense. Why would it be called Web Runner? His webs don't run. I mean, of course it does, though. Alright, I need to shut up. I'm just like saying random things. Wee. I'm gonna be Mecha Man, and I'm gonna go— oh my gosh. No, don't touch the ground. Floor's lava. Crap. Oh. Crap. Oh. Dude, okay, so it's kind of funny that you mentioned the boiled one. It's that I'm really into the boiled one. That's actually really funny. It's kind of very funny how you mentioned that, and I was literally talking on Discord. Oh, yep. That's crazy. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna go react. So, goodbye, Blue Bat. I'm gonna go to react to some things that are on my For You page, so it was nice seeing you in stream. Catch you up later. Oh, wait a second. We have 3 people in the live. Oh, wait, that's actually jackpot. I just hit the jackpot. There's 3 people in here. Alright. Everybody comment what I should react to. If you have any video ideas, I will be gladly taking them. And you better comment them, bruh. Oh wait, I should react. Rich Love reacting to another thing. I haven't seen that yet. 4 years ago, Skinwalker Island. I think that might get copyright. 1,000 scary videos. That's basically.
Base 44 super agents, the next thing you can't live without. Clearing up your email, scheduling meetings, and delivering a brief before you finished your morning coffee. Time to update what you think is possible. Base 40.
Help! I'm gonna fall onto the ground!
Dude, you're 2 feet off the ground.
Oh yeah, you're right.
When you're a kid, you make very dumb decisions. Like
Yep.
going down a steep hill on a skateboard when you don't know how to skate.
Yep.
Or jumping in the pool when you don't know how to swim. And
Yep.
sometimes, these dumb decisions can lead to bad injuries.
Yep.
Which is why I'm making this video today.
Because I can guarantee everyone watching got injured in the same way as kids. But
Yep.
I've got some pretty weird stories about how these injuries happened to me. So let's start with an injury that still makes me cringe to think about, which happened at the single most dangerous place I've ever been in my life. And no, I'm not talking about New
School.
York City after a Knicks game. I'm talking about the playground. But the playground itself wasn't dangerous. What made it dangerous was what we would do at it. Because growing up, everyone played the game, The Floor is Lava. Now, if you somehow didn't play this as a kid,
First of all, were you like not allowed to go outside as a kid?
but second of all, the rules were simple. The ground is lava. If you touch it, you lose. So one person would be it, and they had to tag everyone else. This person could go on the ground, but we couldn't. But the kids that played this game at my school
I just want to let you guys know that this guy's relatable as hell. So, I will be agreeing and pausing a lot, so I will try my best not to. So, let's just get right into. I hope you guys can't see my room view. I'm just like
took it
my
seriously.
room.
We treated that wood chip ground like it was actual molten lava that would
Yep.
melt the skin clean off our bones. So because the whole game was just jumping from one piece of equipment to another without touching the floor, the playground basically turned into one giant obstacle. But everyone knows that the most dangerous part of the playground was the monkey bars. And that's where this injury happened. One day we're playing the floor is lava, and I run onto the monkey bars. But then I get cornered by the person that's it. I look to my left, no exit. I look to my right, still no exit. The only possible option to not get tagged is to try running on top of the monkey bars. High risk, high reward. Well, let me just tell you, there was no reward that day. Because literally on the first jump I tried making to the next bar, my foot slipped when I landed, which made my whole body fall until the bar stopped my fall. But it wasn't my stomach or my ribs that landed on the bar.
Oh,
no,
it was your
it
head.
was my groin. And I'm using the word groin,
Because it would be pretty inappropriate if I told you the actual part of my body that landed on the bar.
but I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So my groin hits the bar, and I slowly slip off until fully falling off the bar onto the ground. I didn't even feel that part because my brain was still focused on the groin injury. I was maybe 8 years old, and I still remember laying there on the ground genuinely thinking,
Well, that's it. I'm never gonna be able to have kids now.
LeBron James Vitelli is no longer going to happen. I'm gonna have to adopt.
I mean, I might have to adopt anyway if I can't find a girl, but...
And you would think after this happened, I would learn my lesson about trying dangerous stunts. But no, I didn't. Because when I show you a picture of this, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Let me
Now,
guess, you
if your answer
skateboarded all
isn't
the way
go
down.
down that hill on a bike or skateboard as fast as possible.
Yep.
We are not on the same wavelength. Actually, let's do a test to see if we are on the same wavelength. Let's try to say the same word on 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
LeBron
Who
shouldn't have
also
made
after?
after.
What
Oh,
word
damn.
did you guys say? But anyways, the reason I'm bringing up this steep road is because that is where this next injury takes place.
Okay.
And it happened because of a phase I was going through where I wanted to be a skater. And I didn't want to be a skater because I
Yeah.
actually liked skateboarding. It was just that all the girls at my school liked the dudes that skated. I was already chubby as a kid because I hadn't realized at this point that chips have a lot of calories. And my mom was still cutting my hair, so I had chopped haircuts. And I hadn't gotten braces yet, so my teeth were pointing towards every direction on a compass. Because of this, in my mind, I was like,
Well, I'm chopped, so I need to think of a different way to get girls to like me.
and that's when I decided on skateboarding. Now, what they don't tell you about skateboarding is that it looks a lot easier online than it
dangerous.
actually is. Because I
Yep.
get a skateboard, and what you have to know about me is that I'm impatient. If I try something and I'm bad at it, I give up instantly. It's why I can't play any instruments. And if you're thinking,
But Tyler, you said on a video before you know how to play the guitar.
yeah, I lied. I just wanted to sound cool, but I was lying, okay? So because I didn't have the patience to learn how to skate, but I wanted the girls at my school to think I was a
Cool skater?
I came up with a brilliant plan. I was gonna go straight to the steepest hill in all of Los Angeles, have my friend record me skating down it, and show the video to everyone at school so they would think I was the coolest guy there. But there was one tiny flaw to my plan. I knew how to go on a skateboard, but what I didn't know is how to stop. And I especially didn't know how to stop when going 30 miles per hour. So I'm at the top of this hill. I get on the board, I push off, and for like the first 2 seconds, it's amazing. I'm flying down that hill feeling like Superman. But then I start to pick up speed, and then I pick up a lot of speed, to the point where the board starts doing that little wobble. If you've ever been on a skateboard or a scooter going too fast, you know exactly the wobble I'm talking about. The wobble is basically a death sentence. So now I'm flying down this hill. The board is shaking violently, and for the first time during this whole day, I think to myself,
Oh wait, I have no way to stop this thing.
so my only two options were keep going and pray or bail. And bailing at that speed isn't really bailing. It's just you choosing where you'd like to get hurt. So I made a decision. I was gonna bail by jumping off the board into the bushes on the side of the road. But that's when I learned the second thing nobody tells you. When you jump off a board going full speed, you keep all of the speed. So the bushes didn't break my impact at all. No, I went straight through the whole bush. I came out on the other side and immediately started tumbling down the hill. I'm talking full rotations for probably a solid 30 feet. I finally stopped rolling after about 5 hours. And in that moment, I genuinely could not tell you what planet I was on when I stopped. Now don't get me wrong, this was physically painful. I had some scratches and burns, but the worst part, my friend recorded a perfect video of it all happening. And you would think a good friend would just delete that video for you, right? Before he even came to check if I was okay, he already sent that video to our friends group chat. And of course, after it gets sent once, it gets spread to everyone. So all the girls at school did see me skate down that hill, but it definitely didn't help me attract any of them.
I wonder if that video is still out there.
But as I've said, we've all had crazy injuries like this happen to us as kids. And
Yeah.
I asked you guys to tell me some of your craziest injuries you had as kids. So let's read some of them.
When I was 11, me and my mom were going somewhere, but my mom left for a second. So I decided to play around and start driving. So I grabbed onto the car's handle and
That's
ran
wild.
while holding the steering wheel until I had tripped and fell. But that wasn't all. I fell with my hand under the car's tire. So my mom came out and saw, then she backed the car up to get it off.
My hand. Oh my god.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Not worth it. Bruh.
Off me.
Mother of the Year award goes to your mom. No, I'm just kidding. That's no one's fault. Let's be real. We all wanted to hop in that driver's seat when we were kids. Next one.
I was fighting with my sister for a pencil, and she let go, and I got stabbed in the forehead. I still have that mark on my head today.
Okay, so we got Mom of the Year, and now we have Sister of the Year. Nice. It sounds like the most dangerous people you can be around is your family.
Don't know what to do with that information, but I'm starting to see a correlation.
Anyways, speaking of injuries that left a mark on your body, let's talk about the one that is literally still on my face today. Did you see it yet? No? Well, you will in a second. Because this is one I can pretty much guarantee almost every single one of you has experienced in some form. Because there is no childhood experience more universal than getting hit in the face with a ball. It doesn't matter what sport, what game, what type of ball. It could be dodgeball, kickball, basketball, football, other types of balls.
But I'm sure you're wondering what I mean when I said this next injury is one that's still on my face today.
Well, let me tell you what happened. So I'm at recess one day playing kickball with my friends. Now, whenever we'd play kickball at school, I would always pitch because I knew how to put some nasty spin on the ball and make it really hard to kick. And I loved being the pitcher until this day because I roll the ball to the person kicking and it wasn't a great roll to say the least. I can tell they're about to hit this ball 500 miles per hour. Like I've already accepted it. But what I didn't accept yet was that this ball was going to be kicked straight into my face. It happened before I could even blink. And everyone's gotten hit by a ball in the face at some point. So you would all know that when it happens, it feels like your face is broken. And also, your eyes start to water up. Even if you're not crying out of pain, they just naturally water. So now I'm standing there, both hands cupped over my nose, with my eyes absolutely flooding, trying hard as humanly possible to play it cool. While every kid within a 30-foot radius does that thing kids do whenever anyone gets hurt, where they all go, ooh, in perfect unison. I'm holding my nose, and I can sense that everyone is staring at me. And I didn't want them to think I was some little baby, so I stand up and go, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. But for some reason, everyone was looking at me like I was not fine. Every other kid is giving me this look. So I'm like, guys, what's going on? What's wrong? I told you I'm okay. But then one kid just goes,
Your nose.
So I actually touched my nose for the first time, and that's when I realized,
Wait, my nose isn't where it's supposed to be.
unfortunately, I broke my nose that day. And that is why I said at the beginning of this story that this injury is still on my body today. Because if you've never noticed, my nose is not perfectly straight. I know, guys, you all thought I was perfect. You all thought my face was super handsome and amazing. I do have some flaws, okay? My nose does lean towards one side. It's not super noticeable, but I notice it. And now that I've told you,
You're probably gonna notice it too.
which I'm already starting to regret. But I'm telling you, the crookedness in my nose was not there before recess that day. I had a perfectly straight, respectable nose. And then one kid with the kicking power of Erling Haaland changed that. So now, whenever someone meets me and they get that little look, that little,
Something's slightly off about his face, but I can't quite tell what.
the answer is kickball. Kickball ended my modeling career before it even started. I could have been on billboards, runways, but instead, I got a permanent curve in my nose and a lifelong flinch reaction anytime a ball comes anywhere near my head.
Now, most of the injuries you get as a child are simply because you or your friends
We're acting dumb. Kids need entertainment every second of the day. So if there is no entertainment, they'll create it themselves. But let me just
Yeah.
tell you right now,
don't do this.
just learn to be bored. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up like me after this next injury which occurred. And the thing that caused this injury was the world's worst combination since wearing a white shirt on spaghetti night. Now what am I talking about? Scooters and shins. We all have gone through the unfortunate event of getting a scooter bashed against your shin.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst
Yeah.
pains a person can feel. So of course, my friends and I thought,
Oh, we should turn this into a game.
and this was the game. Me and my friends would line up and we'd take turns swinging our scooters and banging them against each other's shins. And then the other person would do it right back to you. And we would just keep going back and forth, harder and harder. And whoever quit first,
Lost. That was the whole game. There was no prize. There was no point. The reward for winning was just saying you won.
it sounds dumb to talk about now, but at the time, it was our favorite thing to do. Now, the reason playing this game didn't send all of us straight to the hospital was because we were like 7 years old. We had no muscle whatsoever.
So even under conditions of maximal voluntary exertion, a 7-year-old simply lacks the capacity
To generate sufficient force to inflict meaningful structural damage. But to put that in simple terms,
A 7-year-old ain't strong enough to cause real damage.
so it hurt, sure, but it was survivable. We'd walk away with bruised shins at the worst. Until one day. This day, it stopped being a game. Because two of my friends got into an actual argument right in the middle of playing. Like, they were genuinely mad at each other over something completely unrelated. I don't even remember what it was about. And when it became one of their turns to swing the scooter, instead of the normal friendly bash, this kid wound up and put every single ounce of his anger into the scooter. But we have to stop, because what I'm about to show you is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. This is 11 pages of information that some random companies claim to know about me. Apparently they have old addresses, phone numbers, relatives, emails, even stuff I genuinely don't remember ever giving anyone. The weirdest part is this isn't some government file or anything like that. It's information that's collected and sold by companies most people have never.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft Rewards and earn points for your everyday activities when you search on Bing, play on Xbox, and use other Microsoft products. Get started today.
Ever heard of. They're called data brokers, and they're making billions by selling people's personal information. That's
Oh,
why
there's
this
a person
video
in
is
here.
sponsored by Aura. Aura identifies the companies selling your personal information.
Alright. I've been waiting for somebody to join. Because I want, like, to react to something that you guys want me to. Because, like, why not? Like, I'm not gonna react to something that you might find boring, but I've been reacting to this Tower of Italy video. Might not look like it, but
Automatically sends removal requests and keeps working
Until
to
one of
remove you
you
from
guys
new ones
comment,
that pop up. There are other services that do parts of the
until one of you guys comment a video idea, I will keep watching this.
this too, but Aura packs in more protection for the price. One thing that stood out to me is their fraud alerts. Aura says they send them 650 times faster than competitors. So instead of finding out minutes later, you could know almost instantly. Aura is also a US-based company whose business is protecting your information, not monetizing it. Your personal information is encrypted, and Aura doesn't sell it. The reality is, your information could be getting bought and sold right now while you're watching this. I'm not leaving myself or my family vulnerable, and I don't think you should either. So go to aura.com/TylerVitale telly or click the link in my description or pinned comment to start your 14-day free trial. Now back to the video. He swung that scooter like he was trying to hit a home run, and the ball was his friend's leg. I will never forget the sound. It wasn't the normal little clink we were all used to. It was a deep, heavy thud. And when we all looked down at the other kid's shin, there was a dent. An actual dent in his leg. And I am not exaggerating this for the video. Now,
Do I exaggerate in my videos a lot?
Yes.
yeah, like if I ever say I was crying or freaking out over something, maybe I wasn't actually crying or freaking out.
But when I say there was a dent, there was a dent.
There was a spot where his shin had caved in, and it was deep enough that we could see something we definitely were not supposed to be able to see. We could see his bone. So at 7 years old, we all just stood there staring at our friend's caved in shin like we'd accidentally unlocked some forbidden secret of the human body. None of us knew what to do. So I took charge of the situation and I did something. I threw up. But then we did what any group of terrified children does in that moment. We ran inside and told the parents. And here's the best part of the whole story. The parents
Did not help, like, at all.
we told them the whole story and they basically went,
Well, you guys are the dummies who did this to yourselves, so you can fix it.
even the school nurse would have been more helpful than our parents in this situation. At least they would have given us an ice pack like they do for every injury. But you know what I think?
Wait, your friend's bone was literally showing, and the parents still wouldn't help?
Well, the parents didn't even see that there was bone showing because of how much blood was coming out. About 30 minutes later, when the bleeding stopped and my friend showed his mom again, that time she saw the bone and she screamed. She was like,
Oh my gosh, we need to take you to a hospital right now!
and that's when the situation was finally resolved. My friend's shin has a slight dent in it to this very day.
That
and for the friend that
sucks.
caused the injury, I have no idea where he's at today, actually, because we were like 7, and you never keep all your friends from that age.
No.
If you're 7 right now and you have friends, just know.
They won't be your friends for long.
No, I'm kidding. Most of these injuries we've talked about stop once you grow up and learn how to not be dumb. But unfortunately, some injuries you cannot grow out of. They're just unavoidable, like scabs. Because you can't tell me that at whatever age you are right now, if you get a scab, you don't still get the urge to pick at it. It's just human nature. So about 6 years ago, when I was 29, something happened one night that I am not proud of. I had this nasty scab from baseball that I'd been picking at for like a week straight, just relentlessly, never letting it heal. It would finally start to scab up and I'd pick it and then it'd bleed. So by this point, there was actually like a hole starting to form because of how deep it was getting. Like if I picked this scab one more time, it would have looked like someone just got shot with how much blood would come out. But one night, I kept waking up from my sleep because it was itching so bad. I tried ignoring it, but I couldn't. So in my eyes, there was only one real solution. I gotta pick at it. So I did. But I was so tired that after I picked at it, I didn't think about how much blood would start gushing from my leg if I did that. Slept through the whole rest of the night. But the next morning, I wake up to a screaming noise from my mom. I'm thinking, what happened? Did my mom's favorite character in her soap opera pass away or something? But no, because when I opened my eyes, she's in my room staring at me like she just saw a dead body. And that's because she thought she did.
Because I look at her, then I look at what she was looking at, which was my bed, and I realize my sheets are all covered
In blood, looking like an actual crime scene. So my mom sees the blood-stained sheets, sees me laying in the middle of them, sleeping, and thinks for a solid second,
Her son just bled out and passed away over a scab.
but the most unfortunate part was that when she realized I was alive and I told the whole situation to her, she looked even more mad because her nice white sheets were all stained now and she would have to replace them.
I mean, yeah, your son is alive, but no, be mad because we gotta replace some $15 Walmart sheets.
That's right, Mom. I know you weren't buying me the premium ones. I get it though. I would have been mad too. But you know how in the intro, I was dangling from a tree?
Well, you may have thought that was just a super dramatic hook for the video to get more views.
And yeah, it was. But the reason I put that clip in the intro is because I had a very traumatic experience with climbing a tree when I was younger. And no, it wasn't me falling 5 inches onto the ground. This was actually serious. Because at the house I grew up in, there was this one big tree in my backyard. And have you ever just seen a tree and thought, yeah,
That thing.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tanks, aircraft, and helicopters.
In
Yeah,
the most
War Thunder, I
extensive
know, I've
vehicle
played it.
combat game ever made. Take control over the battlefield in ground vehicles. Rain down rocket volleys in helicopters. Dogfight your enemies in aircraft and bomb whatever is.
That thing looks perfectly climbable.
like it just had every attribute you need for a perfect climbing. So I would climb this tree from time to time. And although my mom thought it was dangerous, she never told me to stop. The only rule she had was that I never go up to the very top. Because going up about 3/4 of the way to the top of the tree was easy. But to make it to the very top, it got dangerous. I'm talking that one dude that climbed El Capitan dangerous. Or at least that's what it felt like.
And what's the one thing you want to do when your parent tells you to not climb a tree?
You want to
We'll
climb
climb
a
the
tree.
tree.
So I'm climbing this tree, trying to get to the very top. And to my surprise, I was able to do it. I got past the hard part, and I could see over the whole city from the top of this tree. The only issue was, there was one thing I didn't think about.
How to get down.
Because climbing to the top of the tree was pretty difficult, but getting down, that was almost impossible. Going up, you can see exactly where you're grabbing. But coming down, you're blindly reaching with your foot onto nothing, just hoping it finds a branch. And the second I looked down and realized just how high up I actually was, all my confidence vanished instantly.
But I knew I couldn't ask my mom for help because
She would be mad.
So I only had one option. Stay in the tree for the rest of my life. Just become a bird. No, I'm joking. The only option was to just wing it and try getting down that tree myself. So I'm making my way down, trying my best. But there was this one part where I had to jump down a little bit to get to the other branch of the tree. And I had to do this guessing where that branch I'd be landing on was, because I was hanging like this. So when I tried jumping, I completely miscalculated it. And instead of landing on the branch below me, I fell straight to the ground. Well, not like straight to the ground, but I fell through a bunch of other branches that couldn't break my fall, and then I eventually hit the ground. Every single branch on the way down got a turn on me. It was like one of those pinball machines, except I was the ball, and the bumpers were these tree branches. Boink off one branch, spin, boink off another, smack into another, all the way down to the bottom. I felt every single layer of that tree on my way down. And then finally, the grand finale, I land flat on my back in the dirt. All the air left my body at the exact same time. And I just laid there, staring up at the tree I just lost a fight to, fully accepting my defeat. The tree won by knockout. So my mom hears me outside making baby seal noises like, ah, 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 and she sprints outside wondering what. Wait, I'm getting a call from my neighbor. Hello? Yeah, no, I'm okay. No, I was screaming for a video. I'm not in any danger. Thank you for calling though. Okay, bye. Okay, my neighbor just called me because they heard me screaming and they thought
I was actually in danger or hurt.
So shout out to my neighbor. But anyways, my mom hears me making these noises, so she sprints outside wondering why her baby boy is no longer capable of using words. And I just go, tree, I fell out of the tree. Did I tell her I fell from the very top? Of course not. But I think she was smart enough to realize what actually happened, because she also had no sympathy for me, which fair, I get it. But that brings us to an injury that I honestly don't even like talking about. It just brings back too much pain. I can still almost feel it in a weird way whenever I think about it. And this injury happened because of something every person dreams of doing: knowing how to backflip. It's just the coolest thing you can do. If I knew how to backflip, I'd be popping it out everywhere. At a wedding, backflip. At a party, backflip. Heck, if I could do a backflip, I'd whip it out at the funeral just to get the mood of the crowd up. So I was determined to learn how to do a backflip when I was younger. But everyone knows the best way to learn how to do a backflip is to practice it at a trampoline park. So I would go all the time trying to learn how to backflip. The only problem was, I'm a coward. Every single time I tried to do a backflip, even at a trampoline park, I would chicken out halfway through. I'd commit to the jump, get like a quarter of the way around, and then panic and bail, landing in some twisted half flip that looked nothing like a backflip and everything like a guy falling down a flight of stairs. And every friend group had that one kid who could actually do a backflip. The kid who landed clean and then act like it was no big deal. And when you'd ask him how to do it, he would be like, just flip.
Oh, thanks, Greg. That's very helpful.
So one day, we go to the trampoline park, and in my head,
this is it. This is where I finally learned. Because on this day, some girls came with us.
Yes, that's right. Your boy Tyler was gonna rizz up the ladies by doing a backflip. So I start trying, and it's the same exact problem as always. I jump, start the flip, get scared, and bail. Over and over again. I just could not get my brain to let me fully commit to going all the way around. But then my friends had an idea. Now, you should already know from everything else I've said in this video that
if my friends have an idea, that is not a good thing, like ever.
But here was their genius idea. They thought the reason I kept bailing was because I wasn't getting enough height to fully rotate. So if they double bounced me, launched me way higher up into the air, I'd have so much hang time up there that I'd have no choice but to commit to doing the full flip.
On paper, you can kind of see the logic, but this was not paper. This was reality. And in reality, this was one of the worst ideas anyone has ever come up with.
Right up there with the idea to create jorts. But of course, I went along with it because
I was desperate to finally land this thing in front of the ladies.
So they get me on the trampoline, they get into position, and they double bounce me. And let me tell you, they did their job. They launched me. And I went high, way higher than I'd ever